In the holy city of Makkah in Saudi Arabia, a new chapter in Middle Eastern history is being written in what is being called one of the most significant geopolitical developments in the modern history of the Middle East. Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and Pakistan have signed a historic joint defense pact named the Makkah Joint Defence Agreement. The treaty was signed in Mecca on Friday, August 7, 2026. Under this landmark agreement, the three nations have committed to a collective defense framework declaring that an armed attack on any one of them will be regarded as an attack against them all. To understand why this is happening now, we have to look at the rapid shift in the security landscape of West Asia. The region is currently gripped by a highly volatile conflict. For months, the United States and Iran has been locked in a direct confrontation that has heavily disrupted global shipping and energy routes. Despite the immense military power of the United States, Washington has struggled to achieve its strategic objectives, leaving the administration of President Donald Trump caught in what many analysts view as an escalation trap. Nowhere is this more evident than in the Strait of Hormuz. While the US has pushed to reopen the vital waterway, Iran and Oman have been negotiating their own arrangement to manage transit. The proposed deal would see incoming ships pass through Iranian waters and outgoing vessels through Omani waters, formalizing regional control over a channel that carries a fifth of the world's oil supply. This has left the US largely on the sidelines, trying to negotiate an end to the crisis. Meanwhile, the security situation on the ground continues to deteriorate. The Iranian-backed Houthis in Yemen have stepped up preemptive strikes, targeting Saudi oil tankers in the Red Sea and launching massive drone and missile attacks. Just few days ago, Houthi strikes in Yemen killed at least 58 Saudi-backed government forces in one of the deadliest days in the country's conflict in years. The shift to preemptive action indicates that the axis of resistance is no longer waiting to be attacked before retaliating. They are actively pushing the boundaries of the escalation game, as we previously witnessed when Iran targeted US military position in Jordan. For decades, oil-rich Gulf nations relied on United States as their primary security guarantor. But that relationship has fundamentally changed. The Gulf states have watched in real time as the US provided unwavering diplomatic, economic, and military support to Israel during its ongoing campaign in Gaza and Lebanon, even as ceasefires were repeatedly broken. At the same time, Western security guarantees failed to protect Gulf infrastructure from Iranian missiles and drone attacks. This clear security vacuum forced a major recalculation, which originally gained momentum after China broke the historic Saudi-Iran normalization. That diplomatic breakthrough allowed Pakistan, a close ally of both China and Saudi Arabia, and the only nuclear armed nation in the world, to help bridge complex gaps in the region. But bilateral deals weren't enough to establish a true deterrent. That is where Turkey stepped in. Together, these three countries bring a formidable combination of resources to the table. Saudi Arabia provides immense financial power and holds the symbolic weight of hosting Islam's holiest sites. Turkey, a founding NATO member, possesses the second largest standing army in the alliance alongside a highly advanced world-class defense manufacturing sector. Pakistan contributes battle-tested military personnel and a clear nuclear deterrent. But the pact is about more than just a state-to-state security. Its deepest priority is tied directly to the Palestinian cause, the realization of a two-state solution and the protection of East Jerusalem, with the Al-Aqsa Mosque at the center of any potential regional stability. This issue reached a boiling point on Wednesday, August 5, when Jordan convened an extraordinary meeting of Arab and Islamic foreign ministers in Amman. Jordan's Hashemite monarchy holds the historic custodianship of the Jerusalem holy sites. But this role is facing severe direct threats from aggressive Israeli policies and actions by far right ministers, including provocative incursions and restrictions on Muslim worshippers at Al-Aqsa. At the Amman summit, which was attended by ministers from Turkey and Pakistan, regional leaders made it clear that they are no longer willing to rely on hollow Western promises or US mediated deals that fail to address the root cause of the conflict, namely the ongoing occupation. Instead, they are moving toward building an internal, regional framework to enforce red lines. The signing of the Makkah Joint Defence Agreement signals that the Middle East is taking its security in its own hands. As the US remains bogged down in its confrontation with Iran and Israel continues its military operation without international accountability, a new axis of deterrence has emerged. The world is awaiting to see how the US and Israel respond to this deal and how Iran, with its proxy axis of resistance, will respond on the ground to this change in West Asia, a major global region that shapes world economies and powers. But one thing is clear: the balance of power in West Asia has shifted, and the days of outside powers dictating the regional security architecture may be coming to an end.